And those auto when they had to chada when they say that it is evil to cry for nothing. It is not good. Nothing good comes from it. If you're going to cry in that way, you go over the hill and do your crying over there. Dan het chedo dan ik massando dan ik mat dan ik zeta do ik een lini. Dan ik het die tot het auto ben ik het chada. Auto ben ik in die cheta. In zijn het toch ga je het eten. Ook ja die kat gaat is bij chado leko. Genezio ja le horan han aneke ja het dok el eda. Auto ben ik het chako. Le hana ada. Ada en het che. Dat nee ja die kat. Bet nan tienda hollon die gaat chaki. Is ja die dat anoko she ja die bank dat hoor net all day. In the teachings of our Dene, they tell us to never ever cry for no reason. Now that is very important, to cry for no reason. And so the teachings of our people are very extensive on the matter of crying. It is that we are told, when we have the coming of age ceremony for myself as a man, as a boy becoming a man, I was told, now you are a man. And you are going to stop crying about things. You can't cry when you're hungry or thirsty or you're hurt or something. You have to be a person that does not cry for no reason. Always have, when you cry, the reason that you are crying is for very special sacred type reasons. And so part of the teaching of the coming of age, but it goes beyond that. And that is with even before we are born, when our mother is still carrying us within her body, she will cry with pain before she delivers us. And that pain that she feels is hers and hers alone to deal with. And it is that as we are born and come into the world, from that moment on, she cries continue, but she cries not in pain, but in joy and happiness. And then the baby itself lets out a cry. There are songs and teachings in that about the birth of the baby while it's crying. And that is its first sound to introduce itself to the world and to the universe, that I am here on the surface of Mother Earth. I am a surface being. And that is the voice that will be heard by the holy people. That cry is what is the communication line with the holy people, and every way that that baby will communicate with people until they become of age. And so there are songs and prayers in that recognize that sacred sound of cry. And then that is the time when whoever helps assisting in your delivery, they will take you and announce you that this is a boy or this is a girl to the world. And so that is our identity. And also the part of our identity is the cry. And so the teaching of our people is that you cry, and when you cry, it has to be for a reason. And those auto when they have to chata when they say that it is evil to cry for nothing. And it is that it is not good. Nothing good comes from it. If you're going to cry in that way, you go over the hill and do your crying over there. And the other part of that crying over the hill and away from the house is that you cry to the holy people. You complain to the holy people with your cry as an adult. That is the sound that they listen to. You cry to them for whatever it is that is troubling you, that you cannot deal with it, and your frustration and your anxiety and your depression. You go to the holy people. You cry to them. And so the teachings of our Dene is that there's no crying. That is not for a good reason. And the way that we are told is that when you are born and you cry, and your mother cries in joy, and you cry in introducing yourself to the world, that there is another bonding that takes place that is completely unnoticed. and that is the soundless cry. It is a soundless cry that is a bonding between a mother and her child. It is something that she recognizes when she hears the baby cry, or when even a silent cry, the soundless cry. She'll say, I need to feed the baby. I need to change the baby. I need to hold the baby. And she has to have that type of instinct. The baby has to be held to be reassured that it's safe, secure, and it is loved. And the rest of us, we hear the loud sound of the baby cry and we say, oh, let's see, what can we do? We're not sure. When the mother knows for sure. And as fathers, we don't have that type of bonding with our children. I think that when I recall the birth of my children and the crying that I experienced with myself, it was not a cry that would be a very loud vocal sound like the loud crying. No. When I saw my babies come into this world, I didn't even know I was weeping, and that tears were coming out of my eyes. I felt the joy, the happiness, and I saw the miracle, the greatest miracle that I could ever experience. I saw the magic hand moving and the small toenails and that. And that is a different type of cry. It is a weeping. And that is a weeping of joy and happiness. I think I have had so many friends that have had that particular way of expressing themselves. Sometimes they didn't even have to say words to me. And they call that a titantle. When I go visit some of my old people, even now, the ones that are very elderly, they'll remember me and they'll hug me and they'll cry. And I know what that is. I understand it. And the silent cry is something that probably exists beyond. When your mother passes away as an offspring, sometimes you still have that connection with your mom. You think about her and you think about her voice. You think about the things you experienced with her as a child. And she has that connection with you and trying to help you to make your way and to make your life. And the old people, Amandeneki, Nchoend, Ashi, I did better care of them. I did a cha. Hatneneki, I have better care of them. That means you recognize each other with the cry, the silent cry, the soundless cry. And the teachings of our people is that we listen to each other, and we listen to your mother. And there's so many teachings in that associated with the idea of crying. Cry for a reason. If you have complaints, cry to the holy people. And they are the ones that are there to guide you and to instruct you. But you have to listen for their cry to you, and they're pleading with you. And so the teachings of the Ne, don't you have to chada. Anything that is to say that don't ever cry for no reason. If you have to cry, cry to the holy people. And those are the things that we're told.
Hey, thanks for watching our videos. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss one of our uploads. Also, head over to our website, NavajoTraditionalTeachings.com. Sign up for our email list. Ahead.